Hello, here's a game played in the AYD League where black won pretty comfortable by 17.5, and this happened due to the fact that white didn't fix the top group in the middle game early enough, so white was busy running out and therefore black could build while attacking. So let's check it out. Well, we have a parallel Fuseki, even though that black could go for the cross Fuseki, taking any of the moves in the lower left corner, but black wants to keep things simple, so white continues with Komoku. Now here it's more common for black to play a move like e3 or e4 just to prevent the lower left Shimari and then decide whether he wants to attack at o3 or Sansan invasion or simply make a base at h3. This is very common, but it's nothing wrong to play r6. I mean, from time to time it's okay to vary the Fuseki a little bit. So white plays a kick. This move is a bit questionable. Usually the kick is played when black plays the approach against the Komoku. So nowadays it became very popular to play this Kosumitsuke and then extend to secure the corner. Black extends for a base, now white is tempted to play away. But when you have the Hoshi, playing the kick here, it's possible, but in general it's not recommended because black can simply go up and then extend ideal 3-space jump high or low as he wants. So he's already setting up a moe. On the other hand, if this happens, later in the game, white can use S8 and then go inside black's moe on the right side. So that's why we can sometimes see this exchange played by AI as well, so it's recommended, but most of the time you want to play this kick when there's a middle side extension in place at R10 or Q10, so you don't want your opponent to extend ideal here. Therefore, I'm a little bit against this kind of R5, but let's suppose, so let's say black plays here, white has a stone at Q10. Now if black goes for inside approach, you always kick R5, then defend the corner, because now black is not going to extend ideal. Black has to play a small extension and the group is over concentrate. So this is a case where the kick is recommended. But anyway, back to the original game. So the kick is played, but in fact white can just defend the corner at o3 without any attach or tsuke. So if black plays here, we have a normal joseki. If slide, it's also kind of basic. And if black plays a move like r10, you're not going to kick to make him stronger, because later on you want to invade at r8. So that's why better don't kick. Another option for white is to play the pincer, r8. Now if black simply takes the corner, separate, go for the right side, then play away. Approach here or approach the right side or any of the Sansan invasion. This will lead to a completely different game though. So back to the original game, Tsuke, Keima, and black plays away. Now black is rushing a little bit here. He's supposed to defend on the right side, Q10 or R10, because the 3-space jump is an ideal extension for those two stones up. So he attacks the corner, and now he goes for avalanche. Yeah, normally black will just block here, defend, and extend for a base. But white obviously will take away the extension on the right side. Now here black goes for outside thickness, and it's fine for white to keep things simple. If white plays Hane in the head of two stones, the joseki can be a little bit complicated, but this is actually mostly forced. So it's going to be a trade joseki. White takes the thickness on the left side and gives up the stones on the bottom. This is the small avalanche basic pattern. Now again, white can take away the extension on the right side or just develop the left side with an approach and then extend back here. So this would be one of the common avalanche joseki, the small avalanche when you play Hane in the head of two stones. If you play Nobi first and your opponent pushes again, then you play Hane in the head of three stones, and this leads to the big avalanche, and it can be very complicated. So in order to keep things simple, many times here black will just play Atari and then Tiger Mount. So the joseki comes to an end. White fixes the corner, black has some thickness on the outside, then white might invade the left like this. So this is also very popular, but the descent here, it's actually a simple variation to avoid any complicated joseki. So black Nobi, white turns, black nobi, and now white is supposed to finish the Joseki with G2 Keima or push along just to take Sente and then play away. For white it's really a priority to take Sente and punish these two stones on the right side. So let's see what happened. So white took the extension right away, which is also fine. Well, black feels quite happy to turn here at f3, but it's not really Sente. White can push again, black jumps, and the corner is safe anyway. So yeah, it's not such a big deal if you don't play g2 or f3, but in general, that's how you want to expand the lower left corner for white. Anyway, this is big. Take away the extension. So now black is supposed to jump out to space jump like this. White can defend or extend again towards the corner. Then in this case, black will put some pressure and white should secure the corner or reinforce. Black can also play this move and then combine with Sun evasion. Now there are several options here for white, and I think trying to capture the stone, it's probably not the most satisfactory follow-up. So a very simple move is just connect q3, and when black hane, you pull back. Then when black pushes again, you cut the stone, and now the shape is still kind of over concentrated for black, and he needs a base, so he needs to play here. Then you extend for a base, he will defend the corner somehow. And the problem is, you can still take away his ice space with this move, or like this. So the group is still on the run. Therefore, it's okay to connect the corner and catch this stone. Now, in order to show more fighting spirit, white can play this empty triangle. Now, if black just hane, white will block, black connects, white can play in the corner to keep everything connected. Black will play this move in Sente. If white is ambitious and plays away, Atari and hane will kill the corner. So you gotta connect here, but there's a cutting point now. So black should do something about that. And anyway, when black extends here, white extends for a base. So again, black is over concentrated, and already white gain a lot taking the territory in the corner. So that's a way to resist. But playing like this, black obviously will hane and try to connect underneath. But here white play with fighting spirit. So hane, that's good. Atari connect. Black has to capture the stone. If black connects on the outside, white will take the corner. So obviously black will capture here. Then Atari take and extend. Now this showed fighting spirit and it separates the two stones on the outside, but it's still not so great for white because those two stones are not completely captured. They can still run out, but overall it's a normal follow-up, so nothing, it's pretty much forced. There is no reason to complain. And then black played away to grab another big point. So far we can say that black is slightly ahead in the opening, but the game is still playable. So white jumps in the corner. I wouldn't go San here. It's more interesting to play r14, just expand the right side. When black defends, white has the freedom to choose where to go. So there's a shoulder hit here, or the shoulder hit on the right side, or simply invade the left side, somewhat in the middle. When black approaches from the corner, you have a two-space jump here. Black must turn direction, and then came on the second line to make sure this group for black is on the run. So more interesting to play r14. Because obviously when you play r17, black will block the top. He doesn't care so much about the right side, and he goes for a moyo in the top area. Now black decides to go for double hane, which is fine. He can also play just nobi and then extend to the middle of the top side, like k16. So all of a sudden, he's setting up a huge moyo, and white is kind of low on the right side. But black played more aggressive, and this is fine. Hane and double hane. So you must take the stone, that's common. Actually here, if you don't worry so much about the right side, you can think about q18 and cut this way. Because here many times, the players around low or advanced q level, they sometimes fall into a trap and capture the stone and allow this double Atari, which is a disaster. So normally black should connect here against the double Atari, and white takes the Ponuki in the top to develop and damage the upcoming moyo in the top. Because on the right side, anyway, there's a stone here. So this kind of thickness for black is not going to work so effectively. So anyway, this is a basic variation. Just take the stone on the right. So black is supposed to play Atari here and capture the 2 cornerstones. Because anyway, white feels a bit over concentrated on the right side. This is a way for black to go for the territory in the corner, but black still wants influence, so he plays Atari here first. Very good for white to capture. This is the right option. If white connects, then it's a good exchange for black. So black gains from playing this mark exchange in center. So capture, then Atari, and white went down. Now here, white should play Atari, because if black takes the captures the call, white can play a co threat. Let's see, for example, I stealing Tesuji here. Black answers, white takes back the call, black protects, and this is a center defense for white. White doesn't have to go down anymore because this descent is not necessarily center. Black doesn't have to block. Black can just extend to the middle of the side. So if white takes center here, white can just jump into the top like this or like this to make sure the wall doesn't have a nice extension towards the middle left. And then from this kind of jump, if black attacks coming from the top, white can jump in the middle, and now the wall looks meaningless. If black extends from the wall, then white can attach and extend and try to make a base in the top. And again, black is kind of narrow and over concentrated. So white went down, which feels a little bit slow, but black blocked. Black actually doesn't have to block. Black could extend k16. So now I can go in the top. Well, shoulder hit, it's common and normal. If black plays here, you play a 1 space jump and follow up with this kind of light development, sabaki. But black play with fighting spirit using the wall. So this kind of piece, actually, for black it's better to play k16. Keep more distance. If white goes down, push, white plays a nobi, block the top, white needs to secure this group, and then black is just building the box while attacking. But white is fine too. So instead of shoulder hit, I would go k16 here or l16, so somewhere in the middle, because that's the key point for black as well. Seems easier. Now instead of nobi like this, white, the natural move is to separate, because if you don't play anything in that area, let's say you play here, black wants to link under. That's the whole point of playing j16. So better separate. When black goes up, you can go Kosumi h18. If black descends here, you jump into the top and go for a base. If black plays k17, then you make some I shape with the hane, then attach k18, block like this, tiger mouth, threatening the cuts, and then simply jump out or play a hane, because this will create a cut at e17. So when black protects here, the group is already safe and has I shape. Like this, it's kind of heavy. So black pull back. Black can actually also play here. And if you keep pushing, you're giving a lot of territory. And you have this kind of wall that's still somewhat running into the middle. And black is very happy to have all this territory in the top. That's a secure territory already. But black pulls back. So jump out, that's good. Black jumps along. And now, no time to play away. These 3 stones are very weak, so white should turn first. Because once you turn, you're looking for a base. So if your opponent keeps the attack going like this, you tsuke and crosscut, and it's easy to settle the group in the top. Therefore, he might play something here or here. Already the turn was a little gain, and then you come out with the cap move. It's really important to fix this group right now. So when black wants to keep the top, you already make enough I shape in that area. Trying to catch these 2 stones, it's really not important, because if black wanted to come out, he could go out earlier. So the urgent move is to do something about the 3 weak stones in the top. So that was a priority. Now here, for example, black can play a shoulder hit just to give up the stones. So he can still reduce a lot on the right side. So when you think about it, you invest so many stones here just to capture 2. It's a bit slack. But yeah, good idea for black to attack those 3 stones. So actually, this Keima here can be considered one of the losing moves, or the early losing move of the game. So now white is in a lot of trouble trying to fix that group. It's okay here, it's not too bad, but it became heavy. and this jump it's a bit too much, just one space jump. So the problem is that white has to run out a lot, and black got a really big box in the top while attacking this group, which is running out on neutral points. So that's actually how white lost the game, because of being busy with that group. So now normally you play this shape, black will push. It's difficult to make a good shape. If you play here, this happens. If you play here, he cuts, Atari connect, and ouch. So empty triangle anyway. Black will profit more attacking this group. This turn was pretty big, and the extension is good too, but it's a little better for black to extend on the third line. Okay, so black is just taking territory, which is good because there's really nothing he can do to really, you know, kill the top group. That's difficult. Yeah, this is a move to get inside the Moyo. Black could capture this core first to see how white reacts, because there's a cut at S16 and the Atari at S12. So white might pull back here and then block the territory in the top on a bigger scale. Here it's more interesting to play the slide K2. Not so easy for black to block, either Kosumi or bump. But when you just approach L3, it's very simple for black to block this way. Then you gotta go up and he simply Nobi. Another option is to play H2, because H2 is threatening to connect under. So when black plays here, you link. If black separates somehow, G2, F2, you can go out once. He needs to block this way. Then the jump at L3 and it's difficult to cut. Or you push, Hane, and connect underneath. So that's a good idea to combine. He played in, yeah, he's still attacking the top group, but there's nothing here. I mean, white can attach, then block this way, which is centered, then push one time. So there's already one big guy in the center. There is this Hane, the other Hane, and you can make another eye in the top or run out. So right now you play away, and if he takes away the eye in the center, you just make the second eye in the top. If he takes the eye in the top, you can easily leave in the middle or keep jumping out. So the dragon, it's not really in danger anymore. That was good. It's really big to push under at K3. That's a move that black should play. Yeah, so white got it. But it seems that black got so much territory in the top, attacking the group early on, that it is really difficult for white to come back. So yeah, you can play here. You can play the Hane in center, so you don't allow black play the Hane. These moves, still center, Kosumi here, then the Hane from below. If black goes up, you play a tiger mouth. Yeah, playing like this is just to build a few extra points in the center, but center is never as big as it looks. Could play Atari. Black will capture, but then you play Kosumi, and then you take back, and when black connects, it's all center, and Hane in the top. So he captures, you defend, no problem. Black needs to protect here. Then jump and try to expand the box in the middle. This was a little bit soft. Stay alive. So in order to stay alive here, Tsukia once and block like this. If black cuts, you cut, and then when he captures a stone, Atari from behind, you place this one, you go down, and the 3 stones are captured. So he's not going to cut. Also, in the middle, you can play the wedge. If you Atari here, you connect. If you connect, you capture this guy. And if you Atari from the right, you just go out. So you build more. This was soft. But it's alive, all center, fine. Uh-oh, expensive. So should really Hane like this in order to have an extra eye. Actually here it's better to defend this way. So when black captures the core, you don't have to worry about the cut. Because like this, when black captures here, there is still Atari and Samaji. But that's just already a small detail. Okay, this was all center, very good. Is this really center? Atari, Atari, and jump. So let's say black plays Kosume here. You cut, then Atari, then try the net, and black connects, throw in take, Atari connect. Nothing happens inside. If this one, just capture. So black didn't have to defend. This is a reflex play. Yeah, nothing to do. Actually here, you better defend like this. Because if he plays this move, you block. And if you don't play anything, it's a problem. Because he wants to play the clamp and then Atari and everything in center. But if you play this move, he will Hane and you cannot block. So another option is to play E1, but then he pushes, you block, Atari, connect, and then he makes like a river monkey jump. Reverse monkey jump, I mean. So this was all center. And he reduced that area too. Now actually you don't need to connect here. Because you're already safe around R12. So if he plays Atari here, and let's say you cannot rely on the ko, you connect this way. When he goes here, you just Atari. When he goes Atari, you connect. And when he goes here, snap back. So you still win by 1 liberty. This is -1 point. And in a game where you're 16, 17 points behind, it's not worth playing another move inside. Here you can play Hane, block, connect. Nothing happens inside. If he goes Atari, you take or turn. So that's another -1 point. And it's very big for black to play P2 and Q2 at this stage. In the top, it's better to block with ko. So when black captures, you can play, for example, Atari here as a ko threat, take back the ko, he answers, and then you grab another big point, which is 1, 2, 3, 4 points. Because when you connect here, anyway, you're not going to make any point. And in the end, he needs to play F19. But if you play Atari and he connects, he played F19 in Gote. So H18 can still be a ko and you play here. And when he captures this ko, you can fight for the ko. But yeah, it's done. So the last ko. Yeah, that's a move that black could play in center. And that's it. So yeah, this game has been decided in the top where black attack severe the shoulder hit at F or G16, and instead of shoulder hit, I should really jump into the middle and erase that potential. So enjoy the review and take your revenge next time.